Hello everyone, it's Greg, and welcome to another one of my games that I have and I really enjoy. It's a dungeon crawling game called One Deck Dungeon by Asmati Games. It's 1 to 2 players. It's really fun solo or with another person. It's about 30 minutes to an hour to play. I really enjoy it. My wife really enjoys playing it with me. It's a lot of fun. It's similar to other dungeon crawling games where you have champions or heroes and you're going through a dungeon to defeat monsters to power up your heroes for the next time through. They provide you with this booklet here to, as you're beating dungeons, you're going further into the dungeon and beating monsters, you can level up your hero and build skills for your heroes. So that's what we are going to be doing during this channel. Is we're going to be playing for Rogue on the one player side, of course. See if it zooms in here for you. I'm not going to go into great detail right now of how to play the game, but I'm going to be talking it through with you. That way you have an understanding of what's going on and how to play it. We're going to have leveling up, so you can level your hero up this way too during the game. There's 4 levels to go through. This is the dungeon. There's usually always 4 doors. Sometimes it's 3 based on the boss monster's effects. These are our dice. I have a couple more up here. These tokens are potions, and we get to, I don't think we get to start out with one, but I will double check that. Yes, you start with 1 potion token. And then these are our health counters. So if we get to our max health of 5, we die. And then we count out at the end how deep did we go to, how high did we level up, did we defeat the boss. I know the mat is not the One Deck Dungeon mat. I do not have that. This is a Yu-Gi-Oh mat. I've liked playing this game on it. It makes everything a lot simpler because you're going to be putting cards underneath, rolling dice, a lot of separating. So this is what I like to use. I hope you don't mind it either. Hopefully it's a little easier to organize. Okay, these go here, these go here. So without further ado, I'm going to start just a minor playthrough here with this one, and then the next video is going to be the first actual playthrough for One Deck Dungeon here. So what will happen is at the start of the turn, we are going to be obeying the monster's ability here is spend extra time before your first turn on each floor. And so that's 5 time is what those mean, those hourglasses. So here we're gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we spent 5 time, and it's not a very thick deck, and it'll get shorter as you go through, and there's 3 rounds for every game if you can get that far. And now we'll start our dungeon crawl, so we're going to spend 2 more time to enter a doorway. So we'll enter a door by flipping it over, and this is considered a trap, noted by the icon right here. So we have a choice of either dismantling it for 2 time to do that, and we have to roll a total of 6 with our yellow dice. Or we can not spend any time and roll our pink dice and try for 11. So the way that we determine how many dice we roll is based on our hero. So the hero, my hero here for the rogue, gets 1 yellow, 4 pink, and 2 blue. They're combat, agility, and magic. And then that's the health. They also have a nifty ability down here. It's called Heroic Feat. You can roll 1 black die or 2 black die. If either is a 1, you lose 1 health and 3 time. Do this before checking any other effects, and we can use it for a combat against monsters or for traps like this. And then also, at any time when you flee, you may add 1 door to the dungeon if under the door limit. And we'll explain that when we get there. So what will happen, so let's say if I use my heroic feat here, and I wanted to use that. So first I need to roll the 2 black dice, and I have 2 4s. I did not roll a 1, so that means I can keep these dice. I don't suffer any consequences for it. And because we're going to be rolling 4, because we have 4 agility, we're going to try for this pink here. Okay? So we're going to roll all 4 dice. So I rolled a 1, 2, 5, and a 4. So first, what we have to do is for traps, we have to do the challenge box over here, and it's a 2 with a shield. That means shields have to get covered first. Don't worry about anything below. We're just doing this top one, and it's a shield, so we have to fill that. So we put our pink 2 on the 2, and that fills that box. So now what we can do is go to the cave-in, and we need 11. So we have 5 plus a 4 is 9, plus another 4 is 13. We have climbed over it. So we have beat this trap. And so what we can do is 3 things. We can either equip it as an item and get another pink. So it would go like so. So now we could roll 5 pink dice. Or if we wanted, we can use its ability. So if we spend a total of worth of 2 blue of dice, we can gain a 5 dice. And that can be used for either traps or combat, or we can use it as experience. And experience will help us level up. We need 6 to level up. So let's try to use it down here as an experience or as a skill. And based on our level, we can only have 1 item and 2 skills. So we've used up one of our skills already right there. So we will reset our dice. And now we can spend 2 more time to open up another room. And this one is a plague rat. So it has 2 experience. If we beat it, we can get either the experience, the item, which is a pink, or another flame weave, which is the one that we just got. Now, as you can tell, it's going to cost us lots more now. When it's a combat, denoted right here, we can roll all of our dice. And if you can see, there's a difference between a big box and a little box. A little box means that you can only put 1 die in there. When it's a big box, you can put as many die as you need to in there. So that's the difference between the 2. And then you have to be aware of their abilities. So X, and it's a shield, so we have to fill that before we can fill anything else. X equals 4 per open door, including this one. So because we only have 1 open door, closed, closed, this is worth 4. And then if we don't fill in any of these boxes, we're going to take those consequences. So if we don't fill in this yellow 5, we're going to take 1 damage and 1 time. But if we don't fill in this pink 4 as a shield, we don't get to fill in any of these. And then we take all of the consequences for that. So what we can do here is use our heroic ability for our rogue and roll 2 blacks. And it's a 2 and a 2. So it's not a 1, so we don't take the consequences. And then now we can roll all of our dice. I'm going to put that right there to show that that's the one we're fighting. Alright, so we rolled a 5 and a 6 blue. We rolled a 4, 1, 2, 4 for pink, and a yellow 5. So what we can do here is put the pink 4 on the shield 4, and then we put another pink 4 on the pink 3. We have a yellow 5 for right there. Alright, so now here comes the issue. We do not have another yellow 5 or I'm sorry, a yellow 3 or a pink 5, but we have a blue 6 and a blue 5. So what we can do is we can trade out these 2 dice for a black 5. The reason why is because we have to take the lower of the 2 dice and when we're trading them in. So if they're both 6s, we could get a black 6. But if this was a 6 and this was a 2, then we have to trade it in for a black 2. So we're trading those 2, and now we have a black 5 that is a wild. It can go anywhere. And then what we have here is we cannot fill in this this yellow box. And before I forget, we also have to fill in over here this challenge box, which is a yellow 3. If not, we're going to be taking 1 wound. We'll put that right there. Maybe that's a little bit better for y'all. So this is a 6 and a 5. Traded those in. Potion goes there. So, and because it's not a trap, we don't have to fill in this shield 2. It's just the combat side that we have to deal with. What we could do is use our Flame Leaves ability, is spend 2 of the black, because it's wild, and we can get a blue 5 out of it. The only issue is that we have nowhere to put the 5 at. So we're going to take the consequences, so we have to spend 1 time there, and we take 1 hit. But we still defeat the monster, we just take a little more damage because of it. So this time what we're going to do is we are going to add it to our skills, or to our level, for 2 experience, like that. So now we just need 4 more experience to level up, and we get a black die forevermore because of that. And then we can also use a potion at any time, but if we use it at the start of the turn, we can heal 3 damage. Otherwise, if you're in the middle of a dungeon, you have to, or a dungeon fight, you have to spend it, and heals only 2. I hope that's a good rundown, or a decent rundown at least, of how to play this game. It gets it's a lot of fun. It's very challenging, as these effects and these monsters do a lot of different things to really harm you and hurt you. There is the same game that you can get on I think it's iOS and Androids. You can now play it. It might be $10. I have it on my phone. It's really nice, really simple. Takes care of all of the normal board game work that you normally have to do for it. So, hope you enjoy this. Hope you enjoy the playthroughs that I'll be doing with this game, as I really enjoy it. And hopefully we can defeat the different bosses that are in this particular game. Thank you. Bye.